When the leaders play this role competently, peaceful, free and fair elections will be experienced come February and March, inshallah. Also, leaders can perform the role of guidance, thereby leading people onto the right path. In Islam, people are divided into two categories with respect to knowledge, namely those who know and those who don't know, and those who don't know. Quran 39 verse 9, قُلْ هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Those who don't know are obligated to ask the people of knowledge and accept their statements while expending what effort they can in order to know the proofs and evidence. Allah says, and we did not send before you anyone except men that we gave revelation to. So ask people of remembrance knowledge if you don't know. Quran 21:7. Leaders therefore are intellectual guides or signposts that guide people to place or destination. Religious leaders must engage positively during their weekly sermons, khutbah, and the political gladiators, as well as the electors, on the benefits of a violence-free emergence of leadership, and always remind all the chastisement that awaits anyone that indulges in causing mayhem that oftentimes lead to deaths of innocent souls. Leaders should they are always expected to engage in mentoring and coaching people to the best practice of the religion, as well as other aspects of human endeavors. The mission of Islam from inception has recognized the central place of scholars who are undoubtedly the torchbearers of Islamic work and mission. This explains why knowledgeable people are described as the highest of prophets of God. They should use their position to lead people to do the right thing. Equally, scholars of Islam should have a means of advocacy, which is another important role the leaders can play in ensuring peaceful, free, and fair election and placing communities on the right track. They can serve as counselors to the political leadership and the generality of the community through writing and missionary effort. Al-Ghazali, in his famous work, Nasihatul Muluk, provides suggestions to the leaders of Islamic style of state engineering, and his magnus opus, his prominent work, Ihya Ulumuddin, has remained an influential work among all Muslims. Equally, the leaders should encourage political, religious, and youth leaders, as well as every stakeholder in peace building, to walk the talk. It has never been enough that we always come together and brainstorm and come up with lofty ideas, but we are not seen practicing that which we preach. Action, they say, speaks louder than voice. Therefore, when our followers see us practically committed to our resolutions, they will all follow suit. Religious leaders can collaborate with other relevant bodies to see that our system of education focuses on promoting tolerance right from the formative years. Education planners must include this aspect in our school's curriculum right from primary school level. Also, youth camp could be a very good ground for exposing the young ones to different situations, thereby making it easy for them to start accommodating themselves. Religious leaders also can organize a well-packaged and robust campaign towards creation of awareness on peaceful election among people. Humans are naturally opposed to what they have no knowledge about and will tend to resort to violence if not properly oriented. Promoting dialogue between different or opposing groups is another means by which the leaders can promote enduring peace. A problem shared is said to be a problem solved. Whenever warring groups are brought together to a round table, they will get to hear directly from one another, just as what CCN is organizing today, where both Muslims and Christian leaders were all seated here to brainstorm and come with a working template that will go back to our various destinations and preach the gospel of peace. They will clear misconception against one another, and they will turn out to be more accommodative to one another, even if they did not completely agree with one another. Leaders should also encourage people to do away with discrimination and labeling. Hate speech and unguarded utterances must be vehemently opposed. People should be made to value differences and not to see them as a threat, but as something positive we can learn from. Let us realize that differences often lie in the expression, not in the inspiration or the reason of things. We have to treat each other with respect because in the wider society we are bound by the commonality of our humanity. Members of faith communities must avoid inflammatory rhetorics, publicly denounce violence, pledge to respect rules, in particular the code of conduct for politicking, and pursue grievances through lawful channels. They should respect Constitution and particularly allow democratic candidate selections. They should organize national, regional, ethnic, and interfaith public forum to jointly and publicly commit to a non-violence and establish channels of communication and contingency plans to respond to any eventuality. Fifth, religious and community leaders must engage more actively with youths, especially in poor urban and rural areas, strengthen participatory early warning and early response systems, and raise timely alerts for possible violence. They should also ensure factual and balanced reporting of all election-related developments on social media and avoid posting hateful, divisive, and inflammatory statements. Conclusion now, Mr. Chairman. The transformation of our institution and our societies must necessarily begin with the full understanding and appreciation of the responsibilities of leadership, its attributes and foundations, and those key qualities that make a successful leader. And there is no better place to begin this quest than from our cherished intellectual and cultural traditions, which had helped shape our societies in the glorious past. Therefore, everything we do with one another should be geared toward strengthening the humanity in us. This will then lead to the promotion of compassion, charity, friendship, mutual understanding, and peace. In a society where most citizens still owe allegiance primarily to their religious or ethnic groups, the leaders of these groups must bear responsibility of ensuring that their followers pursue their political interests lawfully and peacefully. Mr. Chairman, sir, having read the content of the paper, I will take a bow and say thank you all for listening.